The tweener. It gets an A+ for the tweener. All right, it's your girl Jilly B here for another paddle review, and this one is dirty. That's right, I'm talking about the bread and butter filth paddle. And first off, can we just say how beautiful this paddle is with the rainbow squiggles? Yes, that's the technical term, squiggles. The white edge guard and the perfectly sized handle that is white. This is a sexy paddle. I cannot wait to hit it right now. Here we go. So far, I love this paddle for dinking. I can feel the ball really well. So even though I think this is maybe 14 millimeter, no, I'm sorry, this is a 16 millimeter, it feels like a 14. And my big issue with 16 millimeter paddles is I can never feel the ball, and I can really feel it with this paddle. So super kudos to them on that. So what's really interesting again about the resets and this paddle is I've got this 16 millimeter forgiveness and cushion, but it does feel and play thinner for some reason. And I'm sure there's a scientific thermoformed metamorphosis, magma in the earth core type of explanation for why that is. So I am really liking the resets with this paddle for that reason of the forgiveness of the 16, but the feel of a much thinner paddle. So we're doing hand speed battles right now, and I think what I like most about the paddle, although we've only done a couple things so far, is it's super maneuverable. So I'm feeling very, very fast at the net. So for the third shot drops, I was getting a little bit of face climb when I hit them with topspin versus slice. So I think this paddle would be really good for anyone who feels like they're hitting their third shots a little bit in the net. I think it's gonna help you a lot. The ball definitely wants to climb up the face, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But for me, I hit my thirds better with this paddle, definitely with a cut motion versus a topspin motion. Hit some drives. For the drives, I found the filth is that thermoform paddle, which is supposed to be a little bit more powerful. I would say there's definitely power there. Definitely not the most powerful paddle I've ever played with or felt compared to say the Vatic or the Carbon or my Grooven thermoform paddle. Also, something to consider is I didn't add any lead tape to this paddle. I'm sure I'd be hitting the bleep out of it with a little bit of lead. But I like the way that the ball stayed on the paddle. I like the trajectory. It did not climb super high when I was driving the ball, unlike with the thirds. So yeah, I'd say average power. So overall, the filth, love this handle, love the lightweight, the maneuverability, love that it's thermoformed. Honestly, probably one of the most aesthetically beautiful paddles I've ever played, and there's definitely something to wanting your paddle to be sexy, and this one is definitely sexy. I loved the in-air dinks, the volley dinks, loved the resets. I think power is fine on this paddle overall. Pretty sick paddle at a pretty sick price point.